Hey everybody, Justin Senior here. Welcome to section 2, this video specifically about proving your niche. So I'm going to show you exactly how you can prove the niche that you're thinking about working with for your t-shirt store is worthwhile. So let's just jump right into it. So how and why you need to prove your niche? Well, first of all, you don't want to build a site without the ability to reach customers. That's a no-brainer, right? I mean, if you can't drive people to your website, then who cares? You might have the nicest site in the world. You might have, the most revolutionary products at the best price. You might have some really crazy t-shirt designs ready to go. But the thing is, if you can't drive people to your site, then you're just setting yourself up for failure. So we need to make sure that we can use Facebook ads to reach our target audience. We need to make sure that, first of all, that there are going to be a variety of targetable interests. So we don't want to go into a niche where there's just one or two targetable interests. And if this is your first time working with Facebook ads or online advertising in general, especially on the social ad networks, basically you're going to be leveraging interests that normally are made up of things like page likes on Facebook. So like when you like a page about cats, you are going to be placing yourself inside a cat interest. So we're going to be, in Facebook ads, you use targetable interests to build the audience of your ad, who's going to actually see your ad. So you want to have a variety of targetable interests. And, I'll show you that when we go over the shoulder just in a couple of minutes. You also want to be looking at size, right? And we're talking about total audience size, not just on an individual interest basis, but total audience size. I typically look for 500,000 or higher at least. I mean, 500,000 is a pretty small size for a niche that you're going to go and build a t-shirt store after. We're talking about the cat niche could have 20 million people in it. The dog niche way more, right? There's 7 or 8 million nurses in America. There's 10 million 10 million teachers in America, right? There's 15 million people that love playing golf. There's tons and tons and tons of huge niches out there that you can certainly find. It's not to say that the smaller niches aren't valuable, but there's definitely a limited upside. So remember some of the examples that we gave in the first video in the niche section. Cats, dogs. We could even go as far as breeds of dogs, job titles. Those are all niches that you could easily target. You could easily build t-shirts for. So let's kind of just go over the shoulder. I'll show you a couple of tools that Facebook provides to kind of, actually there's one that Google provides that's going to allow us to figure out if a niche is worth entering or not. Okay, so as you can see here, we're at the Audience Insights tool. This is a free tool that Facebook provides. You could find it inside of your Facebook Ads account. When you're in your Facebook Ads account, you just simply click Tools and then Audience Insights, and that brings you right here. So great. Basically, here is a tool that will allow us to kind of build some test audiences, see what's out there, see what sizes of audiences exist on Facebook, and this could be a great place that you would start to kind of prove that your niche is targetable in the Facebook ads ecosystem. So it's super straightforward. If you've never seen this page before, all you're going to be doing is really entering your niche keywords into this interest box. So let's use cats as an example. We could just start off with a very general cats term, and we add that in here, and it's going to I'll show you some things that you're going to want to look out for. So up top here we have total audience size. So the cats audience between 25 and 30 million monthly active people. That's huge, right? We talked about minimum 500,000. I mean, this is 50 times bigger than that size. So obviously a lot of people in this audience. It's going to tell you a little bit about the audience. There's 68% women. It's probably not too surprising if you think about cat demographic. It's going to tell you, something about their lifestyle, whether they're single. So the majority, a slight majority is, or not even, but, about a third each married and single. Most of them are college educated. Here's some of their job titles. Looks like a lot of them are in admin or sales. So we can move over to the page likes, and this is kind of a bit more relevant. This is where we're going to start seeing some individual targetable interests. So as we scroll down here, remember we have cats as our keyword. We're going to see some of the top categories that are related to cats. So in terms of websites, I Heart Cats is what Facebook feels like would be the most relevant website. And you have insurance, you have some of these other ones, pet supplies. Some will be relevant, some won't. Obviously, as you could look through here, Barbara Bermudo, probably not so relevant to the cat space. It's not going to be perfect here. But there's a lot of great ones down here. And you could sort these in a couple different ways. You could sort by relevance. You could sort by affinity score. And this kind of just tells you how likely your audience is to like a given page compared to everyone else on Facebook. So cat people are 2.7 times more likely than a normal Facebook user to like the Blind Cat Rescue and Sanctuary. So, you could start thinking about these. If you're struggling to see, 5, 10, 15 interests, as you can scroll down throughout this page, then you should start kind of worrying that the niche may not be big enough. But obviously in the cat niche with 20 million plus or 25 million plus active users every month, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 cat-related interests just on the first, the first go-around, that's pretty easy to tell that the cat niche is one that's worthwhile. So let's just try another example just for the sake of doing it. How about we try nurses? And let's see what we can find. A nurse practitioner. I think, what is it? Registered nurse might be the better term to search here. Okay, so registered nurses, 3 to 3.5 million active, and I think there's just probably more, more terms related to this. I'm just going to add some other stuff in here that are related to nurses, like American Nurses Association. But you could also, as you can see, add multiple terms and start to see some other demographic information. Obviously, almost 80% women for nurses, not surprising. Looking at some of the pages here, and already here are the first 10, and they're it looks like they're all maybe except this one, all related to nursing. So, there's no doubt, remember what we talked about. We want to find at least 500,000 in size, so we're easily there. And then we want to find that there are multiple targetable interests, not just one or two. And, clearly there's 9 out of the first 10 are very relevant. So they're definitely, that's definitely a big enough niche. So I'm trying to think of one that might be really small. I'm not sure why I even thought of this, but I'm going to put in backgammon. And, honestly, I don't even know what it is. But when you look over here, it can't even give you any page likes in terms of suggestions because there probably just aren't that many. It does say 2 to 2.5 million, so that's a little bit bigger than I thought. But if you're not going to have a lot of page likes in this section, which basically means you're not going to have a lot of targets, it's going to be challenging for you to really, build ads. You're most likely not going to hit. If you only have one way to target these people, you may need to have you may need different targeting strategies. You may want to target different interests. By not having a lot of different options here. And let's see if anything else even comes up. So this is probably a game. So, and you could even see in terms of sizing here, this is only 60,000. This is only 78,000. So it's not looking like there are so many targetable things here for backgammon. So that this might be a good example of a niche that is too small. So this is a real cool tool to kind of to figure that out, figure out what's targetable on Facebook, what niche is worthwhile. I also referenced a tool from Google. It's called the Google Keyword Planner. And this is basically a tool that allows you to kind of see how many searches, at least average amount of searches for the last 12 months on any given keyword. So let's say you're not sure about, a specific, specific niche, maybe backgammon again. You can go and actually come in here and see, see basically what volumes there are in terms of searches. And think about average monthly searches. If we're talking about numbers under 100, that's really not that high. So this is another good tool to use to kind of prove your niche. So go out there, figure out if your niche is workable or not. If it is, then it's time to move forward into the next section. If it's not, kind of go back to the drawing board and get some more niche ideas, and then go out and prove that the niche is worth working on. As soon as you do that, I'll see you in the next section.